a lot of players in all games don't have Jmook's level of like stoicism when they get hit with like resistance. You know, Jmook was always like, we'll try to find the positive in any situation, good or bad. So shouts to Jmook and shout to Jmook's family and friends, you know, because I feel like you're a product of your environment, right? So speaking of that,
was that a Phantom Needle? I just saw Fox's percent go up, but he didn't.
Yeah, dude, he makes Fox, like, I swear, when I watch Jmook, I'm like, yo, she beats Fox, bro.
Yeah,
I know Sheik doesn't beat Fox, but realistically, this matchup's actually super hard for Sheik.
It's really funny because a lot of the top Sheiks actually think that at the theoretical level, like Spark, for example. Spark hates this matchup on a practical level, but he says that, you know, in theory, Sheik might win.
Yeah, right.
You just have to not mess up. But who's not messing up? Well, there's one guy.
Okay.
I get it.
I get what he's saying. We talked about this before, me and him. I hate that argument because it's just like, well, you know, if Steph Curry wins, makes every three, he'll probably. It's just like, yo, that's just not.
On the average day, it's not going to happen.
Right. There's going to be days where you're just like you're dropping grabs, you're dropping tech chases.
Right.
You know?
I think that's actually why this is such a cool matchup in general. I really enjoy watching this matchup because it does bring that element to the table of, like, you know, when you're playing as good as Jmook, it really changed. Oh my goodness.
SDI was crazy.
But yeah, point being, it really changes the dynamic of the matchup. And I think as the Fox, to me, I've played Jmook in friendlies. I think it's really fun to play players like him. Also players like, let's say, I used to feel this with face roll to a certain degree, where I feel like I have to come so much more correct.
Yeah.
And I find it kind of invigorating. That being said, I don't know if Plat is finding it invigorating right now in tournament. He's trying to, you know, adapt to this menace.
Yeah, Jmook is really good at, like, exposing your flaws, like, openly, you know? Like, I feel like he's one of the few players where it's just like you watch it and you're like, yeah, I need to do this better.
Right. I need to do this. Yeah. You're playing him in tournament, you're like, yeah, okay, I need to practice. Yep, okay, you got those. Yeah, my bad.
Also, one thing about Jmook that's not talked about, just his speed, his ability to always react with the right move.
Yeah.
Really hard. I mean, Club has always been really good at that. But I feel like, you know, I feel like they don't. Okay, so I feel like Jmook doesn't get enough credit for, like, having that ability, and I also think Plub doesn't get enough credit for just his ability to play Sheik well.
Right.
And, like, know the character. You know, that people always be like, oh, Plub's just good at the game. It's just like, nah, he's good with Sheik too, bro.
No, he's really innovated a lot of stuff with Sheik.
Right.
I think there's certain matchups that Plub does. He's kind of got the mango effect where there's certain. In some matchups, there are things that only he does.
Yeah.
Like Jmook doesn't even do.
Yeah.
As Jmook just cleans up game one. Yeah, no, I think that, like, you know, they're both extremely fast. I think that the thing that kind of separates them a little bit is that Plup is, he kind of uses his speed to be extremely proactive. Like, he'll just take the fight to you, and I think people aren't ready for that at the highest levels.
Right.
Because usually Sheik, that's kind of not what people conceive as her strength.
Yeah.
And Jmook, extremely fast, but he's a little bit less proactive, a little more reactive.
Yeah, I feel like Jmook kind of sticks with the Sheik. I feel like he's more of a Sheik player in the sense of that's what the average Sheik is looking for.
Right.
Most Sheik players, I feel like when they watch Jmook, it makes more sense to them.
I agree. Even me as a Sheik secondary, that's kind of how I feel. I'll watch Plup and I'm like, I'll never do that.
Yeah,
and I watch Jmook and I'm like, I'll probably never do that, but I'm going to try.
Yeah. Okay.
Really, yeah.
Oh,
nice.
My gosh. Yeah.
Looking for the dash.
He actually missed the tech chase.
Okay, and just,
his
regrabs.
edge guards are hard.
Ooh, gets the reverse forward there. You really want to get the reverse there because you don't, if at all possible, you want to not give him a chance to, he's going for that.
He added some sauce to it.
That's right, the ledge poof.
Oh my.
Well, I don't know if he
Does he have the Timbs on today? That I need to know. He's playing like it.
Yeah, the Sheik is really playing like it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, right now, I mean, Plat, it's crazy because when you fight Jmook and he punishes you for every little thing, you kind of notice Plat's just playing the platforms a lot. He's playing very slow.
Right.
And I think that's just because Plat is kind of realizing, damn, if I make a mistake, like, I get punished so hard. And just kind of full jumping center stage.
Okay.
Oh, that's a knockdown.
Oh, he might get hit with the 4 pictures toe.
It really is starting to look like it. Oh
my goodness.
Oh, down air? What's the? Oh,
I don't want this to reflect on Plat just because Plat is amazing.
Yeah.
It's just Jmook is he definitely hit him with his levels, bro.
Yeah, this is so tough.
His levels, man.
Plat's just like nodding. Sometimes you just get hit with that. Nope, doesn't quite.
Oh, this is the edge guard. Yeah. Guess he thought he was going to drift back.
Yeah, Jmook right now. Yeah, turning his back to Fox is really, really good. Just kind of, you can trade with back air.
Yeah. What I like what Jmook's doing, though, he's still playing with that same energy. Like, there's a lot of players, let's be real, when you're up 4 stocks, kind of let off the gas a little bit because you know you're going to win the game,
or
right?
you play for the clip or something like that.
Right?
But no, Jmook
is like, nah, man, I'm treating this just like the first stock.
Yeah, and I think that's how it's got to be when you're, if you're looking to win tournaments.
Right.
You got to bring that consistency to the table. You know, a wise man named Mike Ross once said the #1 most important thing is consistency, and I'll never forget that.
Yep.
Shout out to Mike Ross.
Shout out to Mike Ross.
Love that guy.
A legend.
Getting the reaction tech chase on deck. Yep.
It looks like Plat's trying to go for the slight DI. Oh, we hit him with this thing of ours, the La Familia. Oh my goodness, the diamonds.
The diamonds in the sky, the dynasty.
Yeah.
It's funny too, kind of poetic because I feel like the Sheik that was the most known for that back in the day was Kirby Kaze, and he is here in the building.
Oh yeah.
More of a retired player at this point.
Yeah, they finally met.
That's true. They finally met. Yeah, and I know Jmook is a big Kirby Kaze fan too. We've actually talked about it.
Yeah, Kirby Kaze walks so Jmook can run. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. That's right. Yeah. And they're big fans of each other. They're big fans of each other. I've talked to them both.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure that like Jmook has learned so much from Kirby Kaze, and Kirby Kaze is like probably like I feel like he like used Kirby Kaze's style and just like updated it.
Yeah,
you know, Kirby Kaze is like, oh damn.
Yeah, Kirby Kaze is like, yep.
This is like me, but just
better. Yeah, straight up. Yeah, they give each other a lot of credit, which is really a beautiful thing.
Yeah, that's dope. It's dope to see people from different eras always show love to each other. Because you know how sometimes, younger players might show they just don't really regard the older era, and then the older era too will kind of just hit you with the back of my day.
Back in my day, he's not, he's not doing this thing that
Right. It's cool to see eras show each other love, man. We need more of that.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, if you're a Sheik player, it's hard not to be a fan of Jmook. Just the way he, and even just the command of neutral right now. It's. I mean, I think at the end of the day, at the highest level, Fox gets hit harder than Sheik, but Fox does better in neutral, right? That's kind of the way people talk about it. But Jmook, I feel like, has been completely in control of the neutral this whole set, really.
Yeah, Jmook it is looking like it's a 30 clip, bro.
It really is looking like it.
Shout out to Plat. You got this far, but
Oh, I thought that, I think Jmook just threw it a little bit too early.
Jmook out here. What is Jmook? What's his seed?
That's a great question.
Second seed? Second, third seed? I feel like he's got to be top 3 or 4.
Yeah, maybe Zane, Cody.
I feel like it's like Zane, Cody, Jmook, AMSA in no order.
Would be very reasonable. Yeah, in some order. Yeah, I mean that was extremely dominant.
I feel like that's the new guard.
Yeah.
That's the new guard. Jmook, AMSA, or no, not AMSA. Jmook, Cody,
right there. I think
Zane.
His percent went up. He was not in the mag. I think that was a Phantom Needle.
They're like this new era.
They're definitely the new era. Yeah, Mango's in the mix somewhere. He's here.
I mean, Mango, Hungry Box, they got the legacy for sure. Mango, Hungry Box, Plat, AMSA, they're like the vets.
Right.
I mean, these guys are seasoned too, but they're like, they're like the Giannis, Jokic, and Embiid of Melee right now.
Yeah. Shoulder drop forward air, ouch. Yeah, it's no, this matchup, it's really funny. Really funny because I think a consensus that a lot of even the Sheik players will tell you. Like I was even talking to Levin about this matchup. Obviously Levin more of a Fox player, but he plays a good bit of Sheik, and he was saying he's like I should really like this matchup as Sheik. He's like I think it's fine at top level. And I was kind of like, I think this matchup is only fine at top level. And he's like, it's old because below top level, the Sheiks are dropping their tech chases, and it gets kind of sloppy, and the Fox just does full up down air, and then she kind of gets. But at top level, when when you're looking at the Jmooks and they're really punishing you for the mistakes.
Right.
I think the matchup is pretty close to even, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Think so? I like it as Fox. I like it as Sheik. I actually do enjoy it.
Yeah. I mean, hey. But it's possible, right? I mean, it's not as bad as we make it out to be if we can see Jmook do stuff like that to Foxes regularly. So
he's very good. I mean, it's not just that, you know, people always kind of talk about how good he is at tech chasing, how good his combo game is, but it's also just the neutral, like that whole set. He was super good at like
the up tilts, man. I feel like he got the best up tilts